Okay, we are here in the post-match press conference with Wittenberg University, joined by head coach Paco Labrador, junior Maddie Fisher, and senior Emily Collig. And Coach Labrador, if you could just give an opening statement on what you saw out there in the match today, a match that you guys won in 3 straight sets against Bethany.
Yeah, the first match of the NCAA tournament is always an interesting one because although a lot of these players have played in postseason play, it's been a long time. And although a lot of these players have played in this really incredible arena, it's been a long time. And so there's still going to always be some growing that's going to have to happen during the game. We had some new players out on the court too. We had some freshmen out there who actually haven't played in postseason. So first match of the postseason is always interesting to see how things are going to shake out. I thought we started a little rough ball control wise, and I was really impressed. Bethany came out ready to play. Bethany looked like this was their home gym, that they've been playing in it since the beginning, and so kudos to them and their preparation for being able to play in a venue like this. But I was proud of the team because as badly as we started in the first half of the first set, we maintained a fair amount of poise and knew that once we started settling into a little better first ball contact on serve receive, we would be able to get back into this game. And so shockingly enough, I got the box score at the end of that first set and saw that we hit 390 as a team. And if you look at our ball control stats, you would never think that 390 was our number. So kudos to the team for staying steady throughout that first set and then evolving and adapting to what Bethany was doing throughout the next 2 sets. They're a great team that can run a lot of different things with a lot of different hitters, and I think their defense really puts you to task every time. So there was a lot of little chess matches going on here and there, and it was a fun match to play, for sure.
Maddie, can you talk a little bit about not losing your poise, as Coach Labrador was just talking about? You were down in set 1, you were down in set 3, but in both of those sets, you guys came back, fought, and found a way to win. Just talk about the mentality and how you guys did it as a group.
Well, to start off, Bethany came out and really gave us a very great starting match. They were swinging hard and definitely challenging us in ways we haven't seen in a while. And this arena is just awesome, and it's sometimes challenging to fill the gym with energy. So at first, I think our ball control was a little bit off, I guess, as Paco said, but we really dialed it in and sharpened some things up. We've always talked about completing all 100% of the game. I think we evolved to that next from 90% to 100 as the game kept going, and with that came more kills and better swings.
Emily, you played in this arena a number of times now, national finals, of course, last year, and you've been here for regionals. You've been in the NCAA tournament. How do you, as a senior, try to just bring the freshmen along, because you are integrating a number of first-year players on the team into NCAA tournament play for the first time? Just talk about how you as a senior have been trying to bring them along, because as your coach was saying, they were on the floor today.
Mm-hmm. So I would almost say that Calvin Gym is almost like a second home to us. We're so familiar with the atmosphere, with the arena itself, that it's almost comforting playing here because we're so familiar with it. And so we really harp on our freshmen to just go out there, do what you know how to do. The gym doesn't change anything. Just play how you know how to play volleyball. And it was just, you see these numbers from our freshmen. Aubrey Cox put up a 471. So you could tell she was in her comfort zone. She just played how she knew how to play, and they just did amazing. So it was awesome. Mm-hmm. Love playing in Calvin Gym.
Yeah,
it's a good question since Emily has been mentoring Aubrey, the middle, who was a freshman in there all season long. And so I'm sure Emily is very proud to see her mentee having such a good start to the NCAA tournament.
Very much.
Yeah, and along those lines, Coach, could you talk a little bit about the evolution of this team? You do have some veterans from last year and the years before, but you're playing a bunch of newcomers, and it always takes a while to come together, fit the pieces together. How has the evolution of this team come together, and how would you rate it right now as you're moving on to the second round of the NCAA tournament?
Sure. Knowing that last year's graduation was going to be a difficult one, losing the seniors that we lost last year, but very confident in the juniors and the sophomores and the freshmen who are going to advance to become on the team this year. The schedule, I think, made a huge difference. So this year we when I was putting together stats for all region and all American, we had 33 sets played against nationally ranked opponents, and we had a pretty rough road. So we played a lot of good teams and saw a lot of different people, and I threw this team pretty much into the fire and said, this is what you're going to need to learn this is how you're going to need to learn how to play. And so it was great, and I think all of those different opponents and the different styles helped us figure out what type of team we need to be. We started the season in a 6-2 with 2 setters, and we got into October and realized that maybe Emily's a little bit better running behind, and so let's try a 5-1 a little bit more and put Maddie in a spot to take a few more swings in the L1 position. So I think most of it I can attribute to the fact that we have great opponents that have put us to the test and kind of guided how we've evolved. And I think that you need opponents to kind of dictate which way you got to go with your team.
Maybe we can ask the same question of all three of you to finish up, but we'll start with senior here. Emily, talk a little bit about your feelings on moving on to the second round. You do know your opponent. You're taking on a Millikan team that's got some talented players themselves. Your thoughts on moving on to the second round and your excitement for tomorrow?
Well, I'm very satisfied that we took care of business today, and we live scouted Millikan, and they're going to be very much a tough opponent, but we're all going to come at it tomorrow and really give them all we have, put all our guns a-blazing, and really try to come up with another win tomorrow.
And Maddie?
Yeah, like Emily said, we've seen Millikan play a couple times, and I mean, they just give it their all. They are a great team, and we're really excited to play them tomorrow, and we're excited with how tonight went, and I think it was good to get one game under our belts and just moving on to the next game, taking care of business.
We'll finish with Coach here.
Yeah, I think for as competitive as our season schedule has been, Millikan may have topped our competitive season schedule. They've played almost as many, if not as many, nationally ranked opponents as we have. We were lucky enough a couple weeks ago to sit and watch them play a 5-set match against WashU at WashU and give them everything they can handle and more. So going into this tournament, we saw them in our bracket and immediately had a great deal of respect for them. Seeing the way that they got through their conference tournament, beating Elmhurst in 3, who is, I think, an excellent program as well. That's just showing the kind of momentum that they have. We were lucky to get to see a 5-set match today and see a good Ohio Northern team who didn't fight and didn't quit and just kept fighting and pushed them all the way to 5. And so we know what we're going to have to do. We know what it's going to take. It's going to be a great battle, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay, congratulations. Looking forward to talking to you guys tomorrow night.
All right, thanks for the call.
Yep.
Thank you.